What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel where we don't talk about it, we breathe about it. Welcome to section 2 of my video. So I call myself Cardi Brie just because I'm a goofball and I think it's really funny. So that's actually my Instagram name and my Snapchat name. So that's kind of what I go by. So in this segment, I wanted to talk to you guys about my content that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. And sorry, I had rehearsed the first part and I was so nervous, but I realized once I just started talking and being myself and being comfortable that it's just so much better that way. And then I'm not as nervous. So as my videos get, down the line, you guys can expect to have better footage, better lighting, better volume. I will invest my money into all of that stuff eventually. Also, none of my videos for now are going to be edited. It's all going to be raw. So if you guys like that, then I'll keep it that way. If you guys want more edited, then I can do that too. I'm going to really try to make you guys happy and do what you guys like. So let me know. The other thing is right now I'm very dolled up. I am kind of a diva, but a lot of my content, you guys, is going to be super real. So it's going to be really important for me to film and show you guys my natural side because I think that that's what's important today in society. We're so quick to only post the pictures of us when we look our best, when we're dolled up, those angles, those filters, and I'm guilty just like everybody else. I use that stuff. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but in a sense there is. And that's a lot of my content with I want you guys to challenge yourself into not always being ready, being ready and dolled up. It's important to show people your natural side. And it's important for your self-growth too. I think that when I get ready like this every day, it's fun, it's pretty. But then what happens is down the line when you don't have all the makeup and you don't have any of that and you're looking at yourself in the mirror with none of that, you don't like what you see. And that's bad, you guys. That is really bad. If you can't take a picture without putting a filter on, that's not okay because it's doing something to you inside. And I think it's so unrealistic for us to completely compare ourselves always to those perfect people and the famous people, because you guys need to understand there's so much Photoshop going on. These people have millions of dollars to upkeep their appearance with, the liposuction and the filters. And I mean, so it's just not real life. And, it's crazy because I kind of did like a social and internal experiment on myself where there's been the last couple of weeks, I've been wearing things that are almost too small for me because I'm not comfortable with my body right now. And honestly, I have body dysmorphic disorder. I also battled with eating disorders for the last 17 years of my life, which I'm okay and I'm comfortable with talking about. It's something that I still kind of struggle with. And I don't know if I'm ever going to overcome that. But long story short, the last couple of weeks, I've been pushing myself to actually wear things that I don't like just to be okay with that, if that makes sense. You look at yourself in that tube top and you keep putting that tube top in the back of your closet being like, well, when I lose enough weight, when I look good enough. If you don't reach that point, it's okay. And we have to be okay with normalcy. I mean, wear the tube top if it's too small and look at yourself in the mirror. And I want you to challenge yourself to look at yourself in the mirror wearing that tiny tube top until you start to like what it looks like, if that makes sense. Same with no makeup, you guys. If you go a couple of months with no makeup, I can promise you, you're going to start to dig yourself. It's when we're always have those filters on that's the only thing that we want to see, and that's not reality, and that's not okay. And that's where I want to help change society and help reach that younger demographic, because girls these days, let me just tell you something. You're never going to be perfect. And guys' image today on what they want in a woman is going to be a whole nother video, y'all. I could go on for forever on that. It's so unrealistic. And we really need to embrace who we are and what we are. And everybody's different, and that's beautiful. And everybody's unique. Everybody has something different and beautiful that they have to offer. So something that I've learned in my life is, when you're closed-minded and you're into the drama scene, you're closing out opportunity and you're shutting down people that you could learn from. Every single person on this planet, whether they're homeless, whether they're famous, whether they have nothing or they have everything, everyone has something that you can learn from. So as much as self-confidence is important, that's what sets you apart from being cocky, because it's important to always look at someone and be like, what could I learn from that person? And I tell you, I have made so many friends in my lifetime at the most unexpected times, and had so many beautiful things happen just because I was open-minded to someone, and I've learned so much. So a lot of my content is going to be talking about real things. I want to talk about the fitness industry. I myself, I work out 6 days a week. Part of that is for my anxiety and for release. And the other part is for the physical attributes. You know, I want to look good and take care of my body, which, yes, those things are important. But something real that a lot of people don't know is that I can guarantee at least 95% of people that are competing, that are in the fitness industry, battle with not only body dysmorphic, but also severe eating disorders. I firsthand have been into fitness for the last 3 years, and I cannot tell you how many people have serious issues going on up here. And even though you have a six-pack and this and that, and you're at 7% body fat, what happens when you're not on food prep and you're living normal? Okay, we forget to be normal sometimes. It's not realistic to eat chicken, broccoli, and rice 4 times a day, every single day. So that's the thing, that the fitness industry, as much as we're envious and we want to look at like those people, think about it this way, you guys, 7% body fat is so unrealistic for humans, and it's not sustaining. So the problem with that is that you go through all of this stuff, and then when you're off of the prep, like I said, you gain weight like a normal human because you're eating normal, you're being normal, and then you're not okay with what you look like when you're normal. So that's a serious, serious problem that I want to shed some light onto. And like I said, we could talk about that in a different video. The other part is, like I said, the social media and how it's affecting people today. We're constantly comparing ourselves. And remember, life is not a competition. It's not. No matter how, if it's just ingrained in you to be naturally competitive, I mean, that's okay. At the same time, life isn't a competition. Everybody's on their own journey. So embrace who you are and where you are at the normal, where you are at your lowest. You know, if you're the heaviest in your life, it's still important to love yourself during that phase, as even when you're at 7% body fat. That's just an example, but you know what I mean. So I want to talk about those kinds of things. I really want to talk about a lot of ugly things that have happened to me in my life and kind of my view on things. In my first video, I kind of told you guys, you can expect me to talk about a lot of spiritual things. So once again, if you are uncomfortable with that, that's perfectly okay. And I'm not here to push my beliefs on anybody. I just want to help enlighten you and maybe show you my perspective on things. Because in my opinion, God is very, very real. And I am a believer of God and Jesus. But I'm also really spiritual. So I don't consider myself like a specific religion. I don't like labels. So I have my own beliefs. I believe in reincarnation. That doesn't make me a Buddhist. I mean, I believe in all kinds of stuff. And remember, you guys, it's okay to have multiple beliefs. Don't shut yourself to just one idea and one opportunity. Well, if you believe in this, then you have to be a Catholic, or, you know, vice versa, whatever example you want to do. I mean, that's just not, our brains are so like strong, you guys, and there's so many outlets and avenues that we can think, and it's okay. Remember, it's okay to open your mind and expand your mind to different opinions and different views. So I kind of just want to share my views on things that I've gone through in my life. I've been through some shit. I kind of went over a little bit of that in my first video, but I mean, those kinds of things are important, and those are the things that we shut out sometimes. And it's like a lot of people who are introverts, it's like they go through some stuff where they're depressed, and then they shut everybody else, and they just shut down internally. And I think that it's normal for everybody to go through depression. You guys, everybody goes through depression. Everybody has low points. Everybody has high points. And let me tell you something. People are always going to have something to say about you. It doesn't matter. You could be motherfucking Teresa, and people are still going to have something to say about you. And let me tell you something. When you're at your all-time low, I mean, you've all heard the saying of you find out who your real friends are. And I was challenged with that when my son had cancer. And I'm not saying my friends weren't there for me, but they weren't there the way that I needed them to be. And it's okay, because everybody has their own life, and people cannot reach you until they have reached themselves. Remember that and really think on that. Until someone can only be understanding of your situation until they have gone through that exact situation. So I hate the saying, well, if it was me, I would do this, or if that was my situation, I wouldn't do it this way. Well, you're not in that situation, so you can't speak on it. People can be understanding, but they're not going to understand, because nobody lives in your shoes, you guys. And it's okay to cope with things in whatever way you can. So anyways, I want to help you guys be comfortable with those low points in your life. And I want to help you through those things. So like I said, I want to connect with you guys. That is the end game in this. You guys can expect a lot of interviews from me. I'm reaching out to the homeless community. I really want you guys to be open and enlightened to, once again, like I said, you can learn something from everybody on this planet. So those are going to be some things you can expect to see from me. I'm going to interview my friend who I just found out has throat cancer. And you guys, he has a wonderful outlook on, I mean, he knows he's going to die. And I was literally brokenhearted when he told me this. And he was like, you know, it's okay. I lived a good life. And I was like, man, that is something I want to share with people, that somebody that is on their deathbed is like having the time of their life and is just like, you know, I'm cruising. And that's what's important too, you guys, is to cruise through life, no matter what high or what low you're going through. I mean, and it's important to stay humble. You know, if you're someone like me who, in my eyes, I'm successful, in everybody else's eyes, I might not be, I don't really care. But I mean, you know, you gotta cruise through life and you have to learn from those things. And most of the time we don't figure out the learning until we're over it and it's in the future. And then you think back on it and you're like, oh, okay, well, that's why this happened. Or, you know, like I said, my son having cancer was one of the most enlightening experiences of my life. And it was the lowest point in my entire life. And I learned so much. And I think that that definitely affected where I am today. I would not be living in Hawaii right now if it wasn't for that. So a lot of interviews, a lot of self-discovery. And like I said, the possibilities are endless with YouTube, and that's kind of the avenue that I wanted to do. So something also that I wanted to do, like I said in my first video, is I wanted to start meditating on the beach. If that's something that you guys would like to see, let me know. If it's not, like I said, I want you guys to communicate with me. And like I said, if you're feeling vulnerable and you're confused or you're going through anything, reach out to me. I would love to help you. 'Cause I've been through it all, and I mean it all. So I feel like I can relate to you guys on everything. And like I said, in the end goal, I just want to spread positivity. I want to inspire you. I want to motivate you. I mean, I grew up so poor, you guys, and so alone and lonely. And right now, I'm at a very happy place in my life. And I basically reached my idea of success. Like I said, I don't have a good career. I'm not making a bunch of money. I'm actually not working at all right now. I'm going to go look for a job today. But I mean, everybody's idea of success is so different. So my idea of success was just to be happy. You know, it was like, you know, skirt, skirt. We're going to redirect our focus now, and it's not going to be like career oriented. It's going to be more about being happy. And you know what? I have such a weird outlook on life, you guys. I think that we're doing everything the opposite way. It's like we work. We go to college, you know, we spend our whole lives making money so that we can retire when we're 60. What are you going to do when you're 60? You know what I'm saying? We need to be enjoying our lives and being fruitful and being happy and having experiences when we're young and we have our physical attributes. I mean, imagine if you wasted your whole life working, and then you reach 60 and you can't go hiking. You can't have all those experiences. You can't go partying and, you know, going crazy. So remember that. And I mean, of course you have to have a balance in life where you're being responsible, but you know what? I don't think that life is about living. It's not about making a living, you know? And the other thing too that I want to close with you guys is, you know, we too often ask people what they are, not who they are. And I really want to change that cycle where we're really trying to connect with one another, you guys, because guess what? If you don't think that you're important and you don't think that you matter and you think that you're just one little speck on a planet and nobody cares and nobody knows about you, that is so far from the truth. And I'm telling you right now, I'm coming from a place of love and compassion. I care about you. And there's millions of people